I'd like to get things started by welcoming you all. LISC is the Local Initiative Support Corporation. We're a national community development entity and support organization that is supporting local efforts up and down Central Corridor here in the Twin Cities, as well as many other neighborhoods and in 30 other urban cities around the country. We're really excited to be part of this initiative with the City of St. Paul and Springboard for the Arts to launch Irrigate, which is engaging artists in making creative places. And as a local resident and artist of this community, I can only safely say that there is art that is happening everywhere, and it's a bit hidden sometimes from view. And I think this is really going to bring that to light, to enhance the work and amplify what we can do in using arts and assets here in the community to celebrate what's happening along this really important avenue where the light rail is under construction as we speak. I'm going to turn our podium over to Laura Zabel, who is the Executive Director of the Springboard for the Arts, and she's going to introduce our speaker and a little bit more about Irrigate today.
Thank you, Andriana, and thank you all so much for being here to share this moment with us. I am just tremendously excited about this new project and so proud to be able to announce today this exciting national recognition and support. Springboard's mission is to cultivate a vibrant community by connecting artists with the resources they need to make a living and a life. Our work is to create communities and artists that have a reciprocal relationship. And this new project is a key part of that work and a direct result of Springboard's 20-year history of supporting and engaging individual artists. Today, I am pleased to announce the official launch of Irrigate. Irrigate is an artist-led creative placemaking initiative spanning the Central Corridor light rail line in St. Paul during its years of construction. We believe that this construction period is a unique opportunity that brings together huge infrastructure development, a high concentration of resident artists on both ends of the corridor, a diverse ethnic and cultural mix among the neighborhoods, and a city with a strong track record of artist community engagement. Irrigate will mobilize and train artists in community development and creative placemaking and activate hundreds of artist-led projects along the corridor that benefit businesses and neighborhoods. Irrigate is a partnership between the City of St. Paul, Twin Cities Local Initiative Support Corporation, and Springboard for the Arts. And that's one of the unique characteristics of Irrigate is this close partnership between these three entities. This initiative is a true collaboration, and I am tremendously grateful to Joe Spencer from the City of St. Paul and Eric Takashita from LISC for their vision, dedication, thoughtfulness, and energy to the creation and leadership of this project. We believe that Irrigate has the potential to be a national model for cities and neighborhoods across the country, and we are thrilled to also announce today that ArtPlace, this unprecedented collaboration between public and private entities, has selected Irrigate because of its potential to develop a new model of helping towns and cities thrive by strategically integrating artists into key local efforts. This recognition and support for Irrigate makes it possible for us to invest in and document this model in a very meaningful way. I am also incredibly grateful for the local support of this project from the St. Paul Foundation, the F.R. Bigelow Foundation, the Central Corridor Funders Collaborative, the David and Rosemary Good Family Foundation, the McKnight Foundation, and the district councils, all of whom have been key partners and supporters in the development of Irrigate. In particular, I want to thank Polly Talon and the incomparable Dennis Scholl of the Knight Foundation for their support of Irrigate. Without them and without their support and confidence, none of this would have been possible. Our goal for Irrigate is to create a parallel infrastructure of relationships between artists and their communities, so that at the end of this construction, not only do we have a transit system that greatly advances our city's livability, but we have a system of engaged and contributing artists that greatly advances our city's vibrancy. We believe deeply that economic and creatively productive artists are community assets who build social and economic capital. This work is characterized by an optimism about the potential contribution of artists to communities and vice versa. We are excited about the possibilities, and fundamentally we believe that change is possible. Artists aren't victims in need of service. They are a powerful, creative force to be mobilized. Again, I am so grateful. Grateful is my theme for the day. For the opportunity to be a part of this project and for this amazing national recognition of the importance of artists to their communities. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Mayor Chris Coleman. Mayor Coleman is a shining example of a city leader who gets it. Not only that arts are important to a city's character, but that art and artists can be relied on as partners in the development of a city's identity, livability, and vibrancy. Mayor Coleman's commitment to the City of St. Paul Cultural Star Program and to maintaining and emphasizing the role of the city's Director of Arts and Culture are a testament to the seriousness of his commitment to the arts. Please welcome Mayor Chris Coleman.
This is really exciting. I am so thrilled that that we have been recognized with this honor. The amount of resources are important, but it is truly a great day when the City of St. Paul is finally understood to be one of the great arts community in the entire region and the entire United States. I was particularly thrilled this morning on the article in the New York Times because they talked about that St. Paul was part of this project. The real remarkable thing about that story was they didn't have to say St. Paul, Minnesota, they just said St. Paul. So we have now been elevated to just simply, you know, even people on the East Coast now, they actually know what St. Paul is, so we're excited about it. This has been, I wish I could take all the credit for that. This arts community is one that is so strong. And there's so many artists working in so many different fields and so many different parts of the city that if you're not paying attention to them, you're not really paying attention to the heart and the soul of the community. So take that now all along this corridor, from the Lower Town final stop of the light rail line, or the beginning of it, depending on your perspective. If you take that and take that arts community all along this corridor, this entire stretch, and don't make it some kind of icing on the cake. Don't just, you know, say, well, you know, we're going to give you a little piece over here to decorate. But embed the work of the artists in the work of economic development along this corridor. Say that the artists are as important as any piece of brick, any piece of mortar, any of the other economic development tools, and we will create the kind of community along University Avenue that we have in Lower Town. What are those? They're vibrant. They're places for everyone. People of all races and incomes, places where businesses can take root and grow. They are places where people are attracted to come to, even from Minneapolis. It happens. I've seen it. I've witnessed it on a number of occasions. There are folks from Minneapolis coming into Lower Town on a regular basis now. They don't admit it, and they quietly sneak back over the border, but they are there because we have created something. And now we're going to create that all along this corridor.
For those of you who have not heard the news, ArtPlace is, as Laura said, an unprecedented public-private partnership that is most unusual. It's 11 of the top foundations in the country who have come together with the National Endowment for the Arts and with 7 other federal agencies, I mean at the secretary level, who can all talk about, just like the mayor did, how the arts further their work, their federal agendas. And we have 6 of the leading banks on board now with us to accelerate creative placemaking across the country. So we are excited to be a resource to you and to find springboard for the arts and this particular project, Irrigate, that we could fund in this first cycle of grant making. I can't tell you how important it has been for us to find people we could invest in that we thought had a lot to teach others around the country. Because we want success stories, and we want success stories that ultimately help artists and mayors and foundation officials and groups like LISC understand how together they can change the trajectory of their communities. And Mayor, when you describe your vision for the Central Corridor, I think it's magnificent. It's exactly what I think every community is trying to do, particularly in this challenged economy, is, you know, how do we kickstart momentum?
So we are thrilled to be part of this. Thrilled to join ArtPlace as one of its founding members. So what I am announcing today is that McKnight is one of the members, along with other foundations across the nation. Our board recently approved an initial $1 million grant, which will support programs here in Minnesota through the ArtPlace partnership. And that $1 million, Vicki will want to make sure I say this loud and clear, is above and beyond our existing arts budget. And the reason for that is not only do we not want to take away from our existing arts funding, but really we see this commitment to ArtPlace being in the sweet spot of McKnight, of really thinking integrated about how every investment we make is about multiple line benefits for the community. And not only are we part of ArtPlace, an unprecedented private-public partnership, but likewise, another group that's was meeting right behind us, the Central Corridor Funder Collaborative, which again brings together local and national foundations, is all about not only creative placemaking, but placemaking that is good for the residents, the small businesses that are going to line the corridor, and is really about not only benefiting our region, but particularly the low-income residents and long-term residents that live, work, and play. And artists are going to have a tremendous opportunity, which we know they will take full advantage of, to work alongside with our small and immigrant businesses and neighborhood residents to weather the construction and then create this incredible identity of the corridor as a cultural corridor for the city of St. Paul and touching all the way to the river and beyond. So congratulations, Springboard. Congratulations to ArtPlace for bringing together this vision and the public partnership to really invest in our cities in ways that make sense and that really reflect the vision that we heard so clearly from Mayor Coleman today. So thank you and congratulations. And Adriana, over to you.
Wonder when the light might ride back to guide the way for we. Come shine, bring the light. Wonder when the light might ride back to guide the